Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for. She gives me the strangest look every time.
I don't know. You were real excited now.
I
You're
am.
like,
It's season 7.
I think this, in my opinion, is like the first real Housewife
Of course,
season.
because Heather Dubrow is here. Heather Kent Dubrow. Sorry.
Well, as of now, she's not Heather
Yeah, she's
Dubrow.
Heather
we
Kent.
gotta wait through the season.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, speaking of that, obviously Heather's our new housewife. We still have Vicky, Alexis, Tamara, and Gretchen. Who left?
Peggy?
Peggy?
Well,
Was it Peggy
yes.
who was last season? She's so unmemorable. Oh my god.
like it was Peggy.
Sorry, Peggy.
Yeah, it was
but-
Peggy because Alexis. Well, Peggy was here for I think the first episode. No.
No. Peggy was not in this season. I don't think so.
Yes.
But yeah.
Peg was. Excuse me. Peggy was for episode 1.
Why?
I think it was the transition. She was there for episode 1 just to have that fight with Alexis, or to show that they were still fighting. Remember?
No.
She was there. I wrote Peggy for episode 1.
Oh. She's that unmemorable. Now
Yeah,
we watched
well,
this
that's-
episode. We started this just a few days ago, and I already don't remember her.
Yeah.
Yikes.
She's
Come
done.
on, Peggy. No, but I'm saying besides her, like, the cast feels like it's rounded out really good. There's fights between different people and
Yeah.
things like that. So, you know, it's
People are
really...
flip-flopping. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Done.
So, I scrolled up too far. So let's just start with our wives and their storylines. So we have Vicky. Her storyline is dating Brooks and Brianna getting married secretly, and Brooks causing a rift between her and Brianna, basically.
Yeah.
That's really this.
I'm sorry.
That's really the storyline this season. A couple comments I have mostly on Brooks. He's got, when you look at him, now this was before he got his teeth done, I wrote this comment. His smile just looks so devilish, like he's up to no good. Like, I know he's not a good guy, but like, you know.
I don't like his nose. It's very pointy.
I know, you
It's
talked
like
about his nose.
unnaturally pointy.
But I'm talking about the smile. It's just something like,
well, a lot
I
of
don't
stuff.
know how to say it.
No, but a lot of stuff starts to come out, and more in season 8 than anywhere.
Yeah.
They really start to divulge about him. But
Also, finish, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, he reminds me of like a down south pastor. Don't ask me why, but
Well, he's from the South. He's Mississippi.
Well, I know he's from the South,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's just something. It's the way he
little,
says things. It's like phrases.
It's just weird because little by little things were coming out that she met him at a insurance
That's
conference.
what she said.
That's what. Well, no, but I think that's where they did meet. But she never said what he did for a living.
Yeah.
She never said if he was actually in insurance. But apparently he has known her.
He was just a guy at the hotel at the pool where...
Who knows? But there's, I mean,
here's with myself.
season 8 is much more devilish because there's a lot of stuff coming out about her. So Tamara made a comment at the reunion that she slept with some guy in Costa Rica after she left, and she's like, "Oh, I woke up next to some, you're never gonna believe it, man." Or I don't know, but season 8 reveals a whole lot more. So whoa, wait
which
for
we'll
that.
get into that, tomorrow for you guys, the next episode. But
yeah.
I was gonna say, I noticed too the scene where her and Brianna are on the couch and they're talking about her relationship with Brooks, is Brianna keeps saying these things. I saw things on your computer. He's behind on payments and this and this. And like, I think the real reason, like, not so much about like the cheating part for her, but like when she says he's behind on payments, he's been to prison. I think the reason she's getting so upset is because like she's ruining the image that she has of him in his head, of him in her head, and like the more she says those things, the more she realizes like the truth. Like, I think she knows that the daughter's telling the truth deep down, but now she's like being faced with it, confronted it by somebody else and somebody so close to her.
Yeah, someone that she really trusts. She also, Brianna went in for her surgery, her thyroid surgery with the cancer, and turned out it wasn't cancer, which I had a vaguely an idea of it, but they were so worried about her because it was on her lymph nodes, and that's bad.
And there was a lot.
When it gets in your lymph nodes, it can go to other places in your body. So that's what the danger is. She ends up being fine, and then she surprises the mother with this random guy, Ryan, that we've never heard about, because I thought he was the firefighter last season, but he's not.
Oh, no?
Nope, he's the Marine that I thought she married, and that's what got me confused.
Yeah.
She ends up eloping with him in Las Vegas because I get why she did all this. She, just got off of a very big health scare where she realized, anything could have happened, her whole life could have changed, and she just decided to get up and do this. You have to know your mother's going to be pissed.
Oh, yeah.
So, you do this, you better be ready for the wrath, because that scene was priceless.
I feel like it was also, too, like, a little bit, like, I know what she was, like, that reason, but I also think she was doing it, too, just to, like, screw Vicky over, like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to bring this guy around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also just, like, this whole season, even prior to the eloping, she just, like, I wrote down that I thought she was so funny, Brianna, because she knows exactly how to get Vicky's goat. Like, it's just, like, and she does it so funny, like, that, like, to us, it's very humorous. Like, I can't remember what she was talking about. I think it was that uncle. Do you remember the scene with she mentioned something about an uncle getting sick or something? I can't remember. The Uncle Bill that you were talking about? I can't remember what she was doing, but she was messing with that, and that's what made me take down this note. Like, I don't even remember what they were talking about.
You don't remember where they were when they were talking?
They were in the house.
What house? Vicky's?
Vicky's house. Remember you were like, who were they talking about? I said Uncle Bill, and they were I can't remember now. But I just thought was the scene that she was, like, really, like, knowing exactly what to say to, like, mess with her. But not mess with her enough, but yeah.
Yeah, but Don was still living with them at the time in the house. But he would go to the River House every weekend. According to Vicky, he has a girlfriend. And at the reunion, she did admit that she met him, and met her, and she was a very big double standard because she wanted to, like, rip her eyes out or something, she was saying.
Why do I not remember that?
Yeah, she
said... I think
we're
just watching so much Housewives. Like,
it was like, no, it was a very quick thing where it might have actually been, like, one of those little things where they come back from the commercial type thing.
Oh, like, oh, God, I hate that, by the way.
Yeah, and she said she was totally double standard with that or was that in the show?
I know it's so confusing now. I'm trying to make sure I stick right by my notes because we're already watching season 8, so it's like,
I know. Yeah, and season 8 is very similar to season 7.
Yeah,
like
it's got a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the same stuff carried over. But she said she's not rushing into divorce. Smart. She's very smart. She's not stupid. She knows what she's doing because she will have to pay spousal support because she makes more money than Don.
Yeah.
And in California, it's a very big thing. So she could get screwed and have to give him spousal support for a lot. So she figures, if I don't get divorced, no spousal support. So she's kind of the one, I think, dragging her feet about getting divorced. Because she wants to, like, either, I don't know, wear him down with that, or who knows. I don't know what the story is, but...
Well, here's the thing, though. If this whole time he's surviving, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's
but it's still, like, she'll still have to pay back support, like... Basically.
No, I know, but I'm just saying if he can live on his own, like these months during the divorce, then I feel like that would help her case being like, look, he's fine, he's living, you know. All right, well, we can go to Heather next, the new housewife. They always get put in such random order because when somebody leaves, they just blank out the other person's name and put them there. So Heather is obviously a mother of 4, and she's married to Terry, a plastic surgeon. And her storyline is kind of like, I feel like it's introducing herself, but also kind of like figuring out if like, if she wants to act again.
Well, yeah, a little bit of that. But I wrote she really doesn't have a storyline this season except just getting to know the girls and like just seeing if she thinks she fits in with this whole group.
Yeah, that is kind of it.
Yeah, she's just getting a sense of who the girls are, like, and who's who and what's what. And
it wasn't like anything where I said, because like obviously I'm thinking about these storylines to write them down for this, but like if I was just watching the show, I wouldn't have been like, oh, she was like a weak link. She didn't have a storyline. No, because she's boring.
In a weird way, she kept herself like immersed in the group. Yeah. Like it was just like she was
or
just
maybe like how proper she is. I think was kind of her storyline.
Well, yeah, how buttoned up she is, how tight she is, and all like that. But she's that's why I like her because she didn't really have to have a storyline. She was still interesting in a weird way. So
her house though is so nice that like I didn't even think it back in the day it wouldn't even have deserved to be on MTV Cribs. I get why in season 8 she wants to be on the cover of the magazine because it's just so fancy.
Yeah. It's
I mean the idea to have the kids' rooms and then have like a playroom in the middle of it, like that's so smart. I would never have that many kids, so I'll never do that. And then also on Slade's comedy show, I don't know if you caught it, while they were doing the show, it was like one of the, like from one of my sitcoms that I watch, like the mockumentaries. She looked right in the camera like, what the hell? It was so, I was like, that was so perfect. Because, you know, when you think about it, you're new to the group and you come in and one of the girls, like, boyfriends are just bashing all the women. I'd be like,
Yeah. Well, I think
I
also
don't know about this.
I think also one of her storylines was taking his name.
oh, yes,
Yeah.
the taking the name. I forgot all about that. And then also, too, I just thought this was so funny. There's when just her and Alexis go out to lunch on their own. They're in this like little restaurant. There's like a little lady, but they're talking so loud, and I'm like you have to know that the people behind them are hearing them clearly.
Is this when she was saying that she was an actress and she made a comment about it too, or?
It looked like Blue Restaurant or something. I can't remember. It was like a small little restaurant.
I think that's the coffee shop that they all go to, Laguna Coffee.
I don't know where it was. I don't remember the name. I thought they were getting sushi or something.
Yeah, because they got something and they toasted a weird.
Oh yes, they got sake and they.
Yeah.
Yes, I think they toasted it in Japanese, I believe.
she
Because
made
she was
all
like, "What is that, Alexis?" Favorite thing too. I don't really know if this falls under Alexis or Heather, but when that scene particularly, but always in general, if you watch Alexis when she's around Heather, at least in the beginning, she's trying to match like Heather's properness in a sense.
Yeah,
it feels
it
like
doesn't work.
like she's like, well, no, I was kind of like the more like conservative, like proper kind of person, and she's trying to match her, and it's just like it looks hilarious when she's doing it because it's just so far off.
Yeah, but I thought it was funny that Heather, she actually made comments where she was like, yeah, I don't know that I want to have any of these girls at my house yet.
Are you trying to break into the laundry?
Do the laundry. Get the stuff. When she was deciding, like, what to do, like, she kind of felt like she should, I guess, have, like, an event.
Yeah.
And that's why she went with, like, the painting party
Yeah.
and the bowling party. Like, keep them
away.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not sure I want to have any of them at my house yet. I don't really know them. But when she did, oh, boy.
Sissy's trying to break into another room now. Oh, my God. One thing I did find very interesting about Heather is she talks so much about how hard it was for her to move to LA, to Orange County.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really funny knowing now she sold the OC house and is living in a penthouse in LA now. Like, now in present day, we know this.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting. She ended up back there anyway, though. Maybe on to Beverly Hills. Maybe that's why Beverly Hills is waiting to record. They could
Maybe.
move her over.
That would be cool.
I think she would fit really well in with those women. Anything else on her? She's your favorite.
I know. No, for now, that's about it. Unless
Yeah.
there's something else we could slip in.
Alexis' storyline is working as a news anchor, poor news anchor, and her husband not liking it.
Well, that's pretty much. She's got a new job on Fridays only, where she does like a 7-minute segment. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
And you would think it's in San Diego, which I don't understand that too, because I thought San Diego was far.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I mean, she made it sound like it was a drive, but I'm like, she still claims she's still doing the clothing line. Jim is not in any of the episodes, hardly.
No, he's in 2.
Yes,
and
but
literally all my comments
hardly.
on Alexis are on Jim.
I mean, hardly he's in any of them because he said he basically confesses in the end, like, he doesn't want to be around them, which is fine, and we understand.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was healing from his chin implant, so that's why he wasn't around.
Could be. She has a problem with Peggy, after all, because it comes out at the reunion, remember that Peggy and Jim had a relationship before her, and he didn't tell her, and she didn't tell him, and she wanted to tell, but it just didn't work out or whatever, so Peggy decides that she's done with the show and she needs to leave.
Are you saying she needed to leave? That's your opinion? She needed to leave?
Yeah, she said she's done with these ladies.
No, I know, but the way you said it made it sound like you're saying.
It's my opinion.
She's got her feet up on the actual door now.
I know. She's
my comments.
special.
Most of them are on Jim. 2 of them are on Jim. One is not. One is I don't get the whole fake ring because that's a big thing that she has with Heather. Is this?
I don't think she has a real ring. I don't think she has a real ring.
Well, okay, so here's my thing, because even in season 8 that we're watching now, Lydia mentioned she has a fake one too. Oh, Jesus.
No, she didn't say she had a fake one. She said she meant this was not her real ring, that the jeweler loaned her a ring.
Yeah, because she was getting it cleaned or something. No,
That's
but what
a
I'm
whole
saying is
different
a fake
ballgame.
ring doesn't make sense to me, because if you're only going to wear the fake ring, then why do you need the real ring? Because
that's what Heather's saying.
because
Either wear it or
she was
don't
saying-
wear it.
She was saying, oh, the real ring's so precious to me, that's why I don't wear it. but you're wearing a fake one. Like, it doesn't, to me, that doesn't make any sense. It's
make
not even
any
about
sense.
like a stealing thing. It's just like, you're wearing the fake one. What do you need to, what is the real one? Like, you walk in the closet and lights shine down on the real one or something? Like,
I don't think she has a real one. I think she has a fake one. I think that's the only ring she has, and it's fake.
Maybe. And then Jim, my 2 comments on Jim. One is, I guess it's more Tamara, but she, in her sit down, again, first off, we got, in the last season, we had Vicky sitting down calling him a smelly dork. She sits down and she goes, wow, he's got a big chin, or something like that. Listen, I don't like the man, but I think it's so funny. Every time he appears on the screen, there's a sit down. Hello? Are you going to sit with me?
Ooh,
stop
something
it.
Stinks.
What is going on? Okay, now Sissy's done being the way she is. My other comment on Jim was, what's up with the backwards hat? And I'm going to give a spoiler alert. In season 8, he says he's having hair loss. I knew it. He had the same backwards hat on. In all the scenes he was in.
The sad part is, he's not a hat person of any kind.
That's why I noticed it, because it looked weird.
Yeah.
It was all the way down on his.
First of all, he's too flashy to have that stupid hat on. Like,
no,
it's just, I don't know.
Oh, her other storyline was the sinus thing with the nose job.
Oh yeah, she had the nose job.
Because that's the scene where he appears with the hat on.
Yeah, she had a nose job because of her sinuses, and
well, she was getting something done with her sinuses, and then she also
were
got
gonna open them up for
job.
her. Yeah, open it up. Great.
Yeah, and then it caused the whole thing. But Tamra, hers is officially trying to move on from Simon, and Eddie proposing to her this season.
Yeah.
I didn't really have many comments on her. It was just they go on a date night, her and him, to a train restaurant, and I just know Bravo was probably like, what the hell, why would they do that? Because it was probably messing with the audio, the train rolling by every 2 seconds. That's my opinion.
It was interesting. She, at the very beginning, meets up with Gretchen to make up with her. That's a very big stint.
Oh, yes.
She gives her a bracelet with a key. That becomes a big thing that Vicky repeats multiple times forever and ever about that they exchange best friends BFF bracelets and nonsense like that. She just tells her that she's just done being angry and fighting, and she just doesn't want to do it anymore. I mean, quite honestly, I could see them getting along, but you see their friendship like developing, and like them really, they are getting along. But then as you get into season 8, you see that she does become a little obsessive, possessive, and like she really wants sides to be picked, Gretchen, and that's, she's not Vicky. Tamara's trying to make up with everybody in a certain respect, and you can see it's not going to happen. But
no,
and we all know Vicky's going to get pissed at this because
because I think at this point, it's this point in the show where it's like where most housewives are now, where it's like one fight has wrecked it all, and the group will never be whole ever again. Like at this point, the group will never be harmonious unless
where everybody's getting along.
Yeah, unless you wiped out and started.
No, it's just going to be
impossible.
This group over here, that group over there, this one segregated person over here. It's
because
weird.
Even if you bring in, like, even now in the newer seasons, even if you bring in somebody new, it's still gonna, you're still having
somebody's not going to get
all
along
the way from the back. Yeah.
No, sadly, and she gets her Simon's name removed off her finger.
Cuts it off.
Terry Dubrow does it. Cuts it off and stitches it back up. And because he said he really would rather not put a ring on someone's finger that has another man's name on it. That doesn't really give him, much joy or comfort. So she gets that. So she does it, I think, while he was away. That's how they portrayed it, was that she did it while he was away. She does finally get divorced, like you said. She finally gets divorced, and she's a little upset and a little what would you call it, reminiscent of what was going on. And I mean, I get that. It's very hard because you're not so much missing the person, just like the family and the life that you had, like that you had a family lifestyle or whatever. It is sad, but And she's also going into business possibly with Eddie. Yeah. They're talking about opening a fitness studio.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Not a gym, a fitness studio. They want to do like spin classes.
I forgot because I was making this in the storyline chart for season. Are we on? Is this 6 or 7?
7.
Oh, 7. Oh, sorry. For season 8, sorry, I copied it. And I wrote that she was opening the gym.
Well, she full blown does it.
So I marked that down as more of a season 8 thing rather than a season 7.
Yeah,
What the hell is going on?
I'm just putting this over here because he looks like he was going to do something scandalous. I don't know. But yeah, she starts to like see if she could actually do it and what it would take to do. She says she wants to have her own business because she doesn't really know what she wants to do.
Yeah.
But she definitely wants to be her own boss, she said. So, which also, by the way, they introduced the fact that she has these wines by Wives. Is that in the season 8? Yeah, but where did that thing creep from?
Right, it came up out of nowhere. Which I looked this up. Apparently, also, what's her name? The one she's related to Teresa. The one that cooked.
Carolyn Manzo?
No. The actual.
Oh, yeah.
Her. What's her name? Is her name Kathy?
Kathy.
Her. She was also part of this.
Yeah.
I saw a billboard. I was looking at
it. Was supposed to be like a housewife.
I was trying to look and see if it was still like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, she ends up joining. And I saw another woman. I didn't know who she was. Carla? So, Carla's from Mob Wives, which is not wrong. It's a wives.
Yeah, it's
so
just
still,
wives. Didn't say housewives.
Wives.
They're smart.
Yeah.
Kept it wives.
Well, it's still, the product's no longer in business. Also, did you know? Oh, heavens. He's in the window. I was trying to look up Heather Dubrow's champagne. They don't make it anymore.
No. A lot of them, they don't.
No, a lot of them don't. I was like, that's so sad. We can move on to Gretchen now. Hers is kind of starting her music career and pretty much having no voice the whole time. Well, not starting her music career. She's doing like a big performance, actually.
Yeah, she's doing the Pussycat Dolls. She still has her purses, her makeup line going. Slade is still living off of her. Slade... the big thing for Slade is that he does that stupid comedy skit.
Which, to me... I thought it was more of a roast than like
it was.
That wasn't even comedy.
That
was just
somebody making money off of him, and he was a stupid fool to not realize it.
Even Gretchen, because what the hell was the point of her just going out there in like a bikini? Like that was just
she was supposed to just introduce them. It was probably a famous comedy place in LA, and I know they do stuff like that. She probably had an easy gig. She probably just got however much money to just come there, introduce.
But she didn't even do her line right.
No, she didn't.
She messed it up somehow. But
that was really sad. But I felt really bad for her though because he knows that she was trying to get back with the girls or at least keep it calm. And look, everybody's got to know. You don't have to talk about it, but you know that if you're not getting along with a certain number of women in the group, that is going to make it very hard for you to be on that show. Alexis, case in point.
Well, you know what? That's not for this season, but season 8, I have a comment.
But that's what I'm saying.
About that.
So if they oust you out and they are not friends with you, you're out.
Gone.
You're out.
If you don't have anybody to film with, you're gone.
You're done. So you better have a phenomenal storyline that could keep you going because otherwise you're shot in the water. And he, by doing that, which I thought was really insensitive. I mean, I know she said things about him that he's a dead, but like the one thing, they had a bunko party and they had a big fight there. Tamara has a big party.
Yeah.
And she decides not to let the girls be at her house this time.
He's coming down. Here he comes.
So she has this party, and Vicky and Gretchen go nuts on each other, screaming. And it's like a legendary party for OC. And she like was trying to say like, oh, how dare you talk? You said things about him. But to be honest, she never said anything about his looks. She never commented on his appearance. She commented on facts that like he's a deadbeat dad or he doesn't pay his child support. Like things that are actually factual. Like if they were to say, "Oh, she cheats clients," or stuff like that. That's
she tried to hit Cooper.
I know. That's different.
Yeah,
but like to comment on somebody's looks is very dangerous.
He went low, and also I think it was because he didn't have anything factual. So he went to the next most common thing, and he was
because even Tamara, that picture of Tamara that he said she's the Michelin Man. I mean that's ridiculous considering your girlfriend's calling you Tubba Wubba. Yeah. Like, I don't think you should be...
He was projecting.
Yeah, I don't think that's where you should be going with this. But she asked him, like, please don't do this. Yeah. Like, this is going to cause problems.
Listen, I don't like Slade, but this was the first time I was like, no, like,
this really hated him. Really made me really dislike
because
him.
It's just like, you're not even listening at all.
No.
Like, you're like, yeah, no, I'm going to just do it. And my favorite thing, too, about the Pussycat Dolls performance that she's doing, I love when Housewives references big popular things like that, and they reference it like people wouldn't know what the Pussycat Dolls are. Like the way she was like saying it and explaining it,
and especially back then they were a big thing. That show was a big thing.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
So,
like, I love when
know.
they explain like the things like more than you need to.
Yeah, that was a big thing where like a lot of celebrities would go and do what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that she didn't, that's the only thing I was getting mad at her for, because granted he signs her up for all these things, right? But he told her, okay, granted you yelled at Gretchen, or you yelled at Vicky, and that was wrong, and that's what screwed your voice up. Let's say it's true, and that is a fact that it was true. Let's say. She did nothing to help herself. She went to that coach and she just kept talking. And when you see any of these celebrities, the only way they heal their voice is by shutting their mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them are so serious that they will not let them talk. They make them write things down because they don't want you to strain your vocal cords at all. And like, look, Slade did something and she yelled or something and she said, oh, see what you did? You made me yell now. Yeah. Because he like, careful Cooper, he like shocked her in a way or something like that made her do that.
My thing is, so the way, by the time it comes to his performance, it seems like it's a month or more after.
Oh my God, right?
After Vicky and her had that screaming match, which she lost the voice. But to me, I felt like she, like, because I just don't understand, even if it's been a few weeks, like, how has that one screaming thing
I don't think it was.
Progressively just making every time you talk a little bit, it's getting worse. I don't think so. Well, I think she just didn't want to perform, and I think she was just using
her voice. I think she could have damaged her voice a little bit with screaming like that.
I thought Vicky was really yelling more than her, but
even the girls were saying like she's trying to say that's from the fight with Vicky, making it sound like yes, it was as far out as you're trying to make it say. But here's the thing: I don't think she sings that horribly, but I don't think she sings that well for that song. Yeah, like that's a particular song. You really have to be like strong voiced in it, and I don't think that was for her either. Yeah. But, you know.
I think she was just, like, using this as an excuse because I think she just felt pressured from Slade. I don't think she really wanted to do it. Like, I think she likes the whole singing and performing, but I don't think she wanted to be, like, Joe wanted to be, like, a famous performer. I just think
she wanted to sing at all. I don't think that was her thing at all. Vicky decides to make up with Gretchen, though. Yeah. After Brianna gets a clean bill of health. So that was a little shocking to everybody. Yeah. Once again, doesn't just last ever. No. God forbid. Why would any of this stuff last? But, forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know. I did have, like, only a few little overall thoughts of the season. I just think it's so funny, though, that, like, in Housewives, you could go meet somebody, attempt to sell them a lot, then just invite them over to a party, and that's completely normal. Like, you just have, like, a client, and you're like, hey, you want to come to my party? And she's like, yeah, sure. But, like, it's normal in Housewives because that's what she's supposed to be the new housewife with Heather. Yeah. Like, that is just a normal thing. Like, you just met this girl. Hey, why don't you come to my party? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Because technically in this...
even Lydia in season 8, they just...
Well, no, but it's Alexis's friend, so...
I know, but I'm still like, you're just...
No, I know, but I just think that's so funny that that's just housewife stuff, that you just can invite somebody over. You don't have to... They're just, hey, you're part of the group now.
Look, if you see somebody that's building on the lot like that and looking to buy that lot and doesn't want to buy that lot because it's got retail space below, which now makes total sense because when you see her backyard,
oh my God!
Hell? Are you okay, baby?
She's giving him a cut on his nose now.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
She's so mean.
Well, not even that, but she was gonna say, well, maybe I might have to buy both lots next year.
I know. So you'd be friends with her too. No, I'd be like, hey, let's get coffee and come to my friend's house. How about you have a sleepover? We'll braid each other's hair. Let's do it. Heather's not the hair braiding type.
No. I also think, in my opinion, this is the first real vacation they went on in season 7 because they actually went out of the country. Like, I feel like that's when they go on a vacation.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's when you go out of the country. To me, that's a true housewife vacation. Obviously, now in these newer seasons, it's very different because of COVID. Nobody could travel, but, like, I'm just saying, like, that's when you know you're going on a housewife trip. Something's going down. So, for me, I was like, this really felt like the first, like, we're in modern day housewives to me. And the bow situation in the season finale party with the girl eating the bow.
Sarah is just a crazy character.
That was so funny to me. Yeah. It reminded me of the Hot Wives of Orlando that you're watching where they calm down because it was like she took a piece off the bow, and I know the cake was symbolic and all that, but it was just so funny because it's so unserious. Like, she put the cake on the bow.
Heather said that. She goes, it was a bit dramatic, and I did not need to be that dramatic about it, but it was just the fact that she didn't say anything to her. And
then she was just like sorry after a while, but it wasn't even genuine.
The stuff that I thought was priceless was the Costa Rica trip. Hello, were you not here for the Costa Rica trip when they all went to Costa Rica?
You're not talking about the bachelorette party, right?
No, that was Mexico. This is Costa Rica, where Vicky takes them to Costa Rica.
Oh, yes. And the planting of the trees was pretty good. Where they go to plant the trees.
Yeah.
And then Alexis is just crumbles in Vicky's hands.
Yeah, and then she says, "This is so sad. One day we're all going to be dead." And everybody's like, "What the hell?" That's another classic from Vicky. But, I mean, them going through the trees on the thing was priceless.
Like, just push her.
I mean, the white water rafting was, like, absolutely
because we're
comical.
watching, and they go down, like a little, like...
Yeah.
lip, and you see Tamara and Gretchen disappear for a second.
Yeah,
did somebody fall off the boat?
No, they just got hit with, the big water. Like,
because then Gretchen comes back up, like, coughing up water or something.
No, that was Tamara, remember? We thought it was Gretchen, but it was Tamara.
I don't know.
But they both took a hit of water. Yeah. But they were comical. And then...
the camera angle they had on Vicky and everything.
It was a little crazy because I think Alexis said she could only stay for 2 days or something like that. But they clipped her. Man, she was only there for 2 days, and they bashed her up and down and sideways about her being fake and phony and all sorts of crazy nonsense.
It was almost like their version of like a Scary Island.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's kind of what it was.
And of course she was, using, like they said, the buzzword of the season was, bullying and she said they were bullying her and ganging up on her.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Because we're on season 8 right now, and for us...
Well, they're still talking about that in season 8.
The bullying is really big now in season 8.
They're still talking about it, but she started going into it saying that she felt ganged up, she felt bullied,
it really was her own Scary Island.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Yeah. I mean, I think these wives, no offense to them, they take everything and blow it out of proportion.
Maybe it's a West Coast thing.
I think all of them do.
They all do.
And the slightest thing that is mentioned and everybody's like, I'm just watching it right now, like in season 8 when Slade made the comment about the burger for this new housewife. I'm like, it wasn't really even like that, like, I don't know, crazy, but it's just like they're making, every one of them is making a mountain out of a molehill.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're really getting to the modern day.
Yeah, because at the bunko party, case in point, when they were talking about Alexis getting her nose job, and it was like Gretchen, Heather, Tamara, and Terry Dubrow. Yeah. They said, Gretchen innocently said, oh, I think she's getting it done for her sinuses or something, which is part of the truth. And Terry Dubrow made a comment like, your sinuses are like back here and
closer by your eyes.
Closer by your eyes or something like that. And like she heard like half of what was said, and she starts going like nuts. So like I can hear you. I know you're talking about me. And like they really weren't even like
saying anything about it.
You should have gave them longer time because maybe they would have said something stupid. And she even went after Terry like saying, oh, you shouldn't talk about me. You should worry about your own patients. And I don't know. It was a lot of crazy.
Which I'm kind of thinking now,
but
Mr. Terry.
No, don't stop Terry. Let him go.
No, I'm thinking
You've
now.
You've seen him in season 8. He's hilarious.
He's great. But listen here, Mr. Terry. I went to an ears, nose, and throat doctor. Then what the hell is this up here in the front, like closer underneath my nostrils?
I guess it is your sinuses too, but I guess like
whatever she was getting.
I guess what he's saying is he was confirming what Tamara was saying. No,
you don't need to get a nose job.
You don't need to get a nose job to get your sinuses. You'd get your sinuses taken care of. They wouldn't break your nose to give you a nose job. But like she said, she was getting her nose done because she was in there. Might as well do it all. Yeah. And she rode this nose job to the end of the season and into the next season about how painful and such and whatever it is. Yeah. And oh my God.
Which, I mean, she ended up she did look banged up. Listen, any plastic surgery scenes, I skip. I don't like it. I'm not into it.
Me neither.
I'm not going to watch it, so I'm just going to skip it. But the nose stuff, I pretty much skipped it all except for when Gretchen came to see her. And she had like a mask on, and she told Gretchen it was because she didn't want her to be distracted looking at her face.
Oh, maybe.
That's what she said. She said this would all distract her. She took it down, showed her. That's all I have for season 7. And you're falling asleep. So let's wrap it up.
Yeah, no, we gotta go. I gotta eat. I'm hungry. What did we decide we're eating anyway?
You said hot dogs and fries.
Oh, it's another hot dog and fry night.
We didn't even have that yet this week. All right.
Oh, that was right. That was grilled cheese.
That was a good grilled cheese. I'm still thinking about it.
No, I'm not doing that.
I know. I'm buying the hot dog.
We put meat and stuff in our grilled cheese. It's a fancy dancy. Yes. It's a fancy pants meal.
It is a fancy pants meal. Before I say what we have coming out to this podcast this week, we have new podcasts that we made. We talk about it all
Yep.
every Wednesday. Our introduction episode is already up, so you go and listen to that.
We listen to it, so you should.
Well, yeah, obviously. And then obviously, like we said, every weekend we've been doing the Housewives. This weekend also will be 8.
Yeah.
And on Friday we put our Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special out. And then obviously every Monday we post our like normal podcast.
Weekly normal.
Where we
chats
talk about what we
entertainmentally
watched.
news.
Yeah, all that stuff. And also on Wednesday we had put out our bonus episode for the end of the month of November. Anne Hathaway, our top 5 favorite movies of her. I still don't even know what we called it. And
I think it was just that.
Best movies, whatever. And I think that's all we have for now.
So all she wrote, folks. Hit the button. I didn't get to say all the things I have to say. Now I just
now
kicked
you
the
kicked
mic.
the mic. She double whammied.
Yeah, baby. Back mommy up.
All right, well, you can either give us a 4 or 5, but
it is December, like we said, in the holiday special, so it's the spirit of giving.
So give us the 5, please.
Yeah. 5 and a thumbs up on the internet.
Okay. And if in the internet, all right.
I said on the internet. Look, this is audio. You can play it back.
I know you said on the internet, but that doesn't make any sense.
On the internet.
On the internet? What do you mean? Just go on the internet and give us a thumbs up?
On YouTube.
Yeah, there you go.
But you didn't say that. You said in the internet, didn't you?
Yeah, but I know. I meant to say on the internet because I said why internet.
You see, mocking her got her nowhere.
Oh, Jesus.
Careful, I'm going to hit it again.
Whatever the button says, subscribe or follow, make sure you do that and turn on notifications. Because
yes, what if you hit your own button?
Because what if we post a video?
She gives me these looks like, oh God,
whatever.
I'm cut from this loin. I'm going to
thumbs
turn
up
eventually.
Don't thumbs down. Leave a comment telling us.
You
how
do
you
have the
remember.
potential to
Thank
get
you.
the genes. Thank you. What was that?
Because what the hell are you talking about now? I don't even know what you're
I
talking
said you
about.
give me these looks like, oh my God, I'm related to her. And all
Yeah.
I keep thinking is, oh my God, you have my genes. The potential is so there in 30 years for you to end up like me.
Thank you so much for listening or watching. Say your line.
Hit the button. It's fry time.